Don't do that.
You're nice like that. Do you want a plate?
Still got a lot to run through, brother. You got a hurdle. The hurdles are coming up. I'm waiting.
Oh, I thought we were going to carry. Oh, sorry, that's what we were late. Oh, that's so cool. I think we're good. How do you guys feel about olives?
How convenient. I like this. I've never seen this before.
Oh no. Are you serious?
I'm like scared.
Have you ever seen that?
No,
I've never seen. He wasn't. You two were talking in the back.
Y'all see that?
We're all amazed right now by this.
so it's like made to not fall.
So I'll start the story right now so you guys can get a little bit of backstory on us. So this is the product of the Irregardless Cafe's argument with the city about where food can be grown inside of a city. And what happened in 2009, Arthur owned the restaurant and the space behind it, and he had somebody living in the little space behind it, which is a little house, and he was a chef and he was gardening. And the health department came in and said, you can't take anything out of that garden and put it in the restaurant. And so he was like, so he decided to fight them and start this garden as a nonprofit so they couldn't tell him what he could do or what he couldn't do. So this became a community garden in 2012. It was totally weeded over and treed over, and so it took a while, about a year of pulling up trees and changing everything to make it look like it was going to be a farm. And there were lots of partners. There were people at NC State. There were people in the restaurant business and in the permaculture business and in the landscape business who all helped. So it for about 7 years, this property provided some of the organic produce for the restaurant. Arthur had a heart attack. Just so everybody gets the full story on him, I was in high school when I'm 60 when the Irregardless opened, and it was the only vegetarian restaurant in Wake County at all. So it was a big deal. Everybody thought it was really cool. So he's been in business for 45 years, and he had a heart attack last spring. So he decided it was time to start pulling away from some of the things. He sold the restaurant on December 31st to the people who own Trophy. So if you've eaten at any of the Trophy restaurants, they now own the Irregardless. They promised not to change it at all. So it still looks like, except for COVID, it still looks like the restaurant that it has been for years. And he asked me if I would manage the garden. I had my own business, and as we do this tour in a second, I'm going to show you what it was. I grew microgreens inside the city, and I was also being harassed inside the city for having the shipping container that I grow the microgreens in. So we all decided to partner and fight the city together. So that's what we're doing. So we're really close to getting some movement on it. They've actually been listening to us, and our city council members have been out here. The only person who hasn't been out here is the mayor yet. But I got to speak in front of the city council about a month ago, and she heard my story and turned to the city manager and said, why are we making this hard? People are doing the right thing. So he had to come back with a report about what the UDO was, why the UDO was preventing us from doing. And really what happened is there was no, it's just a blank space in the UDO. It doesn't have a flushed out, what does it mean to have an urban farm? What does it mean to have a community garden? So we're writing the text change inside of UDO that allows people to do this without having to get building permit. They literally want me to get a building permit for that thing that you can see right here. It's got the hoops on it and the beams growing up and it's see-through because it has a framed door. I know. So
You're telling me you take the frame door off? It's okay?
I
can do that for you.
I think this
Solved tonight.
even they recognize how ridiculous. So we're, it's all residential rules are applied. So whatever a residential is R4, that means that 4 properties can be on this 1.5 acre. And the rules that apply to R4 would apply to us no matter what we do. They override everything. So the chicken rule and really you're not allowed to grow anything on a residential property in Wayne County according to the UDO. Not a thing. The people who grow tomatoes in their backyard, it's not allowed. It's not banned. It's not like they're not telling you you can't do it, but there's just no allowance for it. So that's what we're trying to do. It's just educate them about the importance of urban agriculture, especially during a time when we are needing to be more local in everything that we do, because we need to take care of our own communities during these trying times. And it's just important that we have a good food system inside of our own city. So that's what we're doing.
Crazy fight. It's 2020. You wouldn't think. I'm very surprised by all of this.
I know it is surprising, and every time you hit a bump with them, it's like, and you can see they also go, wait a minute, that is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's really hopeful. This city council is really pushing this issue forward.
Good.
So
That's good.
So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have a good time. But I'm going to show you the whole garden. And we're going to start in the front. This is a pollinator, medicinal herb, fruit garden in the front. And then we're going to come around to the back and we're going to show you all the stuff that we have growing here. We have 40 beds of vegetable production going on here. I'm going to take you into the shipping container, that weird light you can see in the back down there, and let you see the microgreens, and I'm going to let you meet all the chickens. We have 15 of them. And while I'm walking around, I want you to think about what you want to put on your pizza. Because I'm going to give you knives, scissors after the tour, and you're going to pick the things that you want to put on. We provide the skin, the cheese, the sauce, and some black olives and peppers. But you can pick anything you want to put on your pizza. All right, is everybody ready? Okay, we're going to go this way.
Yeah, we're taking a walk, so gotta hydrate.
I just realized it was the second
Taking a walk, I gotta hydrate.